Good morning, viewers from across India and those who are scattered, Indian diaspora who are scattered across the world. This is Vivekanand Jha, an author of Yes, I Am Bihari and How Mai Bihari Hoon and the living legends of Mithila ke Adunik Diggaj. Today I am going to discuss a very important issue pertaining to an impending election in Bihar, the assembly election in Bihar, whose date has already been announced by the election commission, and hopefully it is going to take place. The election is going to take place in the month of November 2020. Now this election is very important because it has an inherent message for the entire nation. You all, the viewers from across the world, you all would recall and would appreciate the fact that Bihar has been the trend setter for the entire nation. If you recall, Lichbi, one of the constituents of Bihar, indeed was the first republic in the world. Lichbi was the name of the place where people, even in ancient India, they voted for their own ruler. So Bihar, in some way or other, has been the trend setter. And upcoming election of Bihar in 2020 is going to have a tremendous ramification for the entire nation, because the people of Bihar, the electorate of Bihar is going to decide whether they will continue with Mr. Nitish Kumar or they will opt for an opposition. In view of the bonhomie and sheer optimism in JDU and in Mr. Nitish Kumar himself about his own invincibility and his inevitability for the state as well as for his party, they are absolutely confident of their victory at the hustings. Based on their confidence and optimism, they have coined a particular slogan, that is, "Kyun kare bichar, thik hi to hai Nitish Kumar." Now, I would like to draw a very important parallel of the current scenario in Bihar, especially vis-a-vis that of Mr. Kumar as well as his party, with that of Mr. Bajpayee, the then Honorable Prime Minister of India in the year 2004, when BJP almost in the same degree and magnitude was confident of Mr. Bajpayee's such a positive image across the country that they framed or coined a slogan. India Signing Campaign was spearheaded or launched by BJP, the then leadership of BJP, which was almost sure of its clinching victory at the hustings then, because the opposition at that point in time was represented by a relatively far less prominent figure, that was Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. But the result or the outcome of the election was really a pretty surprise, not only for the BJP and its leadership, but also for the political analyst. NDA, which was represented by BJP, lost power to UPA, which came to be represented by Congress party. Scenario in today's Bihar is almost parallel to that of the scenario that prevailed then in India in 2004, where Mr. Nitish Kumar coincidentally was also a minister in the union cabinet of Mr. Bajpayee. But today, the situation is more or less the same. Even you can say is worse than 2004, because today in Bihar the opposition is almost in disarray. There is no dependent face in the opposition whom people can rely upon and cast their vote and make them their chief minister. That is the dilemma of the people of Bihar, and this is the dilemma or skepticism or apprehension, you can say, in the minds of the people of the state. That is what the JDU as well as Mr. Kumar are seeking to capitalize upon. Therefore, though BJP, the JDU and in alliance with BJP are pretty confident of its upcoming victory, but then they should keep the finger crossed. They should remember the 2004 fiasco of NDA government headed by a very popular face, that face of leadership by Mr. Bajpayee. And Mr. Nitish Kumar, in one of his very important pieces in the Indian Express, had expressed a tremendous appreciation for his mentor, Mr. Bajpayee, because he claimed to have learned a lot of leadership skills from Mr. Bajpai, which he claims to be applying on Bihar. But Mr. Kumar should also take a note that today's Bihar, especially the migrant Biharis who came from across India in the wake of this national lockdown brought about by the pandemic corona, are not at all happy with Mr. Kumar. So whether Mr. Kumar still will be able to prevail over the opposition, that is a $1 million question that is awaiting for its answer on the D-Day, that is the upcoming election in November in Bihar. So let us all wait that what Bihar has a message now for India, because what the election result will reflect, that also will impact the national polity. So let us wait, my dear fellow citizens. This is Vivekanand Jha, author of Yes, I Am Bihari, and the living legends of Mithila. Salute the fellow citizens of this republic. Good day. That is Jai Hind, Jai Hind, Jai Hind. Thank you.